This is Matanomane village in Vitengeni location, Ganze constituency. According to a 2005 report, Ganze is the poorest constituency in Kenya. Poverty has pushed young girls to drop out of school. Mary Kitty is one such case. At only 17 years of age, she is already a mother to a 2-year-old girl.
I got pregnant when I was in standard 7. I thought of aborting. But then I decided to carry it to full term. And then maybe later go back to school.
For Mary, early marriage seemed a better option, an intervention out of her misery.
I remember when I was in class 5, I was opting to get married. I used to live with my stepmother, whom we used to disagree a lot. I had a lot of problems.
In class 7, life was becoming unbearable. But things changed when a man whom she thought was her rescuer came into her life. The man was a teenager who had just completed secondary school.
My boyfriend promised to marry me, so I came to stay at home for a while. But we decided to run away for fear of gossips because he was still in school. We went to stay in Bamburi.
Life wasn't rosy for young Mary. With no job, her husband couldn't provide for this young family. At this juncture, it dawned on Mary that the grass wasn't green on the other side after all.
They were false stories. He alleged that I was having sex with a neighbor. That night, when he came back from his drinking spree, he takes marijuana. I explained to him that the allegations were not true, that I had only gone to fetch firewood. He refused to understand. At midnight, he beat me up. That's when I decided that, because he wasn't providing for me in any way, I was better off going back home.
Considering the dangers Mary has had to go through, she decided to train other young girls in her former school, a lesson she never got when she needed sex education.
If I was to turn back the clock of time, I would follow instructions from my parents. And if I was a student again, I would follow both my parents' and teachers' rules. I would abstain because I would want to grasp everything I learned for my future use.
Being a peer educator has given her a chance to provide for her child.
My dream is to go back to school when my child grows up. Then proceed to secondary school, after which I can earn me some money to help me take care of my child.
Even with such instances, things are slowly changing. Santa, who has just sat for her Kenya Certificate of Primary Education exams, is well informed about the dangers of getting into early marriage.
If I get infected, it will be very hard for me to proceed with my education. Most of the girls in my village have dropped out of school due to early pregnancy.
The school has provided them with a platform to discuss sex education.
I joined Smart Club because I saw its importance. We learn about the dangers of drug abuse, communicable diseases, and self-esteem.
Although abstinence is a hard goal to achieve for many girls here, Santa is optimistic that one day her village will be transformed.
I want to emerge a winner. I will teach other girls here in the village so that we don't lag behind.
As the chairlady of this club, she is lucky to have access to education on abstinence and early marriage. But this has not been without challenges.
Some of them shy away from these sessions, but I usually go up to them and convince them. We start with motivational activities like songs, then we proceed on with our discussion.
Most people in Ganze argue that there is lack of proper sex education in the constituency. Rhoda, a youth coordinator in the area, points fingers at parents.
Most parents do not communicate well with their children. For instance, they tell their children that sex is bad, but they don't tell them why.
So, open enough about sex.
It's a cultural issue here. Parents are not allowed to speak openly about sex in this community.
Abstinence and being faithful may not be a reality, but with clubs such as this, change may be on the way.
I am calling upon neighboring schools to start clubs like this Smart Club, and to my fellow girls, please abstain so that you may continue with your education. The rest shall be done after education.
Please abstain. Because like now I have a lot of problems. Because my child has no food, I'm forced to go and look for casual labor in people's farms so I can buy for her food. That's why I'm encouraging you to abstain. Life is hard.
Just like the two sides of a coin, Mary and Santa's stories may be different, but vividly illustrate the need for sex education in schools. For Eyewitness News, I'm Violet Otindo.